Hey guys, it's Brian from Learning Guitar, and today's video lesson we're going to look at the intro to Guns N' Roses' Sweet Child of Mine. It's a very simple riff. There's only 4 frets that you got to worry about. There is some string skipping in here, but it's a pretty easy song to play, and let's get down to it and I'll show you how it's done. Okay guys, to look at this intro, it's a very basic, simple intro. The good news is nothing really changes throughout the entire intro except for 3 simple notes. Okay? So the pattern that we're going to play is the same throughout the entire intro. It's also very simple to remember that you have 4 fingers that you're going to play with, and we only have 4 corresponding frets that we're going to play. So we have the 12th fret for our first finger, we have the 13th fret for our middle finger, the 14th fret for our ring finger, and the 15th fret for our pinky finger. And if we stay in this box position, it makes playing this intro a whole lot easier. So let's look at the first 4 notes in the intro to Sweet Child of Mine. We're going to start on the D string of the 12th fret. We're going to come up to the B string of the 15th fret. Then we're going to go to the 14th fret of the G string and then drop our first finger to the G string of the 12th fret. So to look at that and play it slowly, this is what it sounds like. Just those 4 notes. Okay? Now we're going to move to the second part of that pattern. Alright? Basically I'm going to hit the 15th fret of the E string. Okay? Then I'm going to hit the 14th fret of the G string. I'm going to hit the 14th fret of the E string. And then back to the 14th fret of the G string. Now, so that I'm not having to bounce my finger back and forth, all I'm going to do is take my ring finger and bar the bottom 3 strings. Okay? So I'm barring the G string, the B string, and the E string with that finger. And this is the only separate note on the second part of that. So that part goes. Okay? Just those 4 notes. Alright? So, putting that whole pattern together sounds like this. Okay? So now let's look at the second part of this. This is where we actually change, and we're going to start the pattern on the D string of the 14th versus starting it down here on the 12th. But it's the exact same pattern, I'm just starting here. Okay, so that's going to be my starting chord, or starting note. Still going to the 15th fret of the second. Alright, so then I'm going to hit the G string on the 14th, G string on the 12th. So instead of doing it on the 12th, start on the 14th. Okay, then I'm going to simply repeat the next part. Alright? And you're going to go through that twice. So that part sounds like. Alright? Now, the third part of the pattern, same finger and same positions. We're not changing. We're just going to start on the G string of the 12th fret and do the exact same pattern. Okay? So I played through twice starting on the D string of the 12th, played through twice starting on the D string of the 14th, played through twice starting on the G string of the 12th. Then all you have to do is simply repeat it 2 more times, going back to the D. Okay? Now, once you've done that all the way through, 2 times starting here, 2 times starting here, 2 times starting here, then go back to 2 times starting here, all you do is repeat that entire long pattern 3 complete times. So it sounds like this. Alright, so I'd repeat that 3 times. At the end of it, when you end it, alright, all we're doing there is we're basically bouncing from the bottom E and the G. And we're using the 12th, 14th, and 15th frets. We're not even going to use the 13 at all. So 12th, 14th, and 15th frets. You're going to start on the E string, 12th fret, to the 14th fret of the G, alright, 14th fret of the E, back to the 14th on the G, 15th fret of the E, back to the 14th on the G, and then 14th again on the E, back to the 14th on the G. So we're basically bouncing between that one, that one, that one, and that one. So the only thing that's changing is the bottom string. You're going 12, 14, 15, 14, 12, 14, 15, 14, 12, 14, 15, 14. Okay? And this note, the 14th fret of the G string, that's the one you keep bouncing back to. So 12, 14, 14, 14, 15, 14, 14, 14. 12, 14, 14, 14, 15, 14, 14, 14. Okay? So make sure during that string skipping there that you don't mute a string that doesn't need to be muted and just bounce back and forth. Okay? So do the pattern starting on the 12th, do the pattern starting on the 14th, do the pattern starting on the 12th. You jump back to this 12th of the D, play all the way through that 3 times, and then the end of it goes 12, 14, 14, 14, 15, 14, 14, 14, and then I come down to about the 8th or 9th fret and I slide up to 15th of the B string. Okay, so that last little bit. Right there. Okay? So guys, I hope that helped you out with the intro to Sweet Child of Mine. Happy playing and take care.